Good day, everyone. Welcome to Ep1 TV. I am Teacher Joshua, your Philomazing teacher broadcaster, and this is the introduction to the philosophy of the human person. Today marks the pilot episode of our Philomazing Discoveries, Learning, and Adventures. What are you waiting for? Get ready and we will start this exciting journey right away. Pick up your pen, paper, and self-learning module, and let's start learning and studying philosophy at your own pace and time. Aside from being a teacher, I also love to travel. Maybe I just find it cool, a sort of stress reliever, and the precious memories and experiences. So I guess we should start learning philosophy with our first Philomazing discovery and adventure. This place seems so unfamiliar to me. Am I lost? I need to see some road signs or markings. Guys, I badly need your help. As much as I hate to admit, I think I'm lost. How will I know my present location? Should I ask a stranger for directions, consult the Google Maps, or call a friend? Don't worry, I can get through this. Now, let's use philosophy in this situation. Let's find out how philosophy works. Since I get lost, it leads me to ask the question, where am I? It is followed by a series of questions like, how can I discover it? Should I ask a stranger for directions, consult a Google map, or call a friend? How do I find out where am I? When I have the answers to those questions, I'm back on track. But I still have one remaining question to answer. What should I do? Definitely, I have to face the consequences to arrive at my destination successfully. This simple example shows how we practice philosophy in our daily lives. We have to identify the problem or cause, then go through the process, and finally, the consequences that may provide answers or may lead us to repeat the process again. Philosophy is really all about questions and answers. It is concerned with the deepest and biggest questions in life. As we continue to find our way to the right track, learning shall continue as well. Now this time you have to give your insights or thoughts in this question. What words or phrases come to your mind when you hear the word philosophy? Copy the graphic organizer on a separate sheet of paper, then write your answers on the blank circles. You only have 30 seconds to finish the activity. Alright, time is up. I hope you had a great time answering the activity. Have a subject of your work as we go along with our lesson. Now, let's have it in a deeper context while you and I are in this learning adventure. The word philosophy comes from the two Greek words philos, which means love, and sophia, which means wisdom. Hence, philosophy is the love of wisdom. This is the most common and simplest definition of philosophy. It uses the human reasons to investigate the ultimate causes and principles which governs all things. So what is a philosopher? A philosopher is a lover of wisdom. He or she puts meaning to what is out there, open to changes and discovery. He or she does not stop knowing,
wondering and asking questions, hungers for truth, meaning, and sense. Someone who goes beyond the surface of things, experiences transcendence, and possesses a beautiful mind.
And that's the meaning of philosophy. Few more thoughts and we're halfway to our destination. There are many ways on looking at things, like experiences, situations, or problems. Philosophy can be seen and treated in different ways. It can be seen as a framework, as an examination of knowledge, or as a discipline. Let's explore them one by one. Whenever a person encounters a problem, situation, or question in life, he or she often goes back to his or her framework in order to make sense of the problem. A framework is defined as a way of thinking about the world and is composed of views and beliefs of a person. Philosophy then, as a framework, could lead the person to come up with something that may provide solutions. On the other hand, philosophy can also be treated as an examination of knowledge. This means that the principles of philosophy can also be used as an examination of other disciplines or particular areas of knowledge. In the long run, other areas of specialization may benefit from the very nature of philosophy. Say for example, while scientist concerns himself with scientific knowledge, historians with the knowledge of the past, economists with the knowledge of supply and demand, a philosopher concerns himself with the nature of knowledge. It embraces all types of knowledge previously mentioned and more. Lastly, philosophy in itself is a distinct area of knowledge. It has its own goals, concerns, and ways of doing things. Definitely, philosophy is a discipline in itself. Philosophy begins in humans' experience of reality. Being the most ancient of all intellectual disciplines, philosophy is the mother of human and natural sciences. It is more than just knowledge. It seeks to open our minds to become aware of illusions and flawed reasoning. And that's what philosophy is all about. Let's continue walking. We might get see some signs that could lead us to the right direction. We've been walking for almost an hour already, but I think we are exactly where we are supposed to be now. The place where ideas of philosophy started. Do you know this place? We are in ancient Greece. Come and let's check what's inside. Ancient Greece is situated on the southern tip of the Balkans, at the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa. Greece is the birthplace of philosophy in the West. To be more precise, it is in the ancient Greek city of Miletus in the western coast of what is now Turkey that gave birth to philosophy. It is in this city that the first philosopher in the West lived. He is Thales of Miletus. Thales is the father of philosophy in the Western civilization. He lived between 624 and 546 BCE, a contemporary of the Lydian king Croesus and statesman Solon. What made Thales a philosopher is his desire to know the ultimate stuff that made up the different things we perceived. When we look at the world, we encounter different things: people, trees, clouds, mountains, rivers, etc. Thales believes that there is one in the many. Thales was the first individual who tried to reduce the multiplicity into unity. I hope you enjoyed our quick visit to ancient Greece. This time, I will bring you to another place where philosophy grew. Let's go! No more guessing, no more holding back. We are in the land of mystery and diversity. India. Buddha is not a name, but a title. It is a Sanskrit word that means a person who is awake. What Buddha is awake to is the true nature of reality. If you look at your life, you will see that it is a series of challenges that you have to overcome if you want to survive. It feels like you are competing in a race in which you are required to successfully jump hurdles in order to win. And each challenge is really a question or a bunch of questions that you have to answer. Dear students, please do remember this quotation from great philosopher Gautama Buddha on questions and thoughts about life. Rule your mind, or it will rule you. With our thoughts, we make the world. What a great adventure, isn't it? Short, but it's all worth it. I hate to say goodbye to this place, but we need to set our feet back home. More learning as we go along the way. Since philosophy's concern is vast, we have to divide it into different branches. Each branch will focus on a specific area of philosophy. The first three branches of philosophy are metaphysics, epistemology, and logic. They are called the cognitive branches. These branches provide a description of being and knowing. They are foundations of understanding any philosophical system. Logic is a branch of philosophy that deals with the nature of thinking and reasoning. It uses empirical support and information which are reliable, valid, and objective. It is the science of correct thinking. There are two types of logic. Deductive reasoning, which is from a general truth to a specific truth, from universal truth to particular. And the other one is inductive reasoning, which is from a specific truth to general truth or particular to universal. The second cognitive branch of philosophy is epistemology. It concerns with the definition of knowledge and related concepts such as sources and criteria of knowledge. There are two contending schools of thought. One is rational school. The main source of knowledge is deductive reasoning based on self-evident principles or actions. The other one is empirical school. The source of knowledge is sense perception. And the last cognitive branch is metaphysics. It comes from the Greek words meta, which means beyond, and physicon, which means nature. Metaphysics is a branch of philosophy which is concerned with the nature of ultimate reality. The next three branches of philosophy are ethics, politics, and aesthetics. These can be classified as the normative branches of philosophy. It is because they are concerned with the standard of the good. If the cognitive branches are concerned with what is, the normative branches are concerned with what is ought to be. The first normative branch of philosophy is ethics. It comes from the Greek word ethos, which means character. It is the science of correct doing. It is the study of what is right and what is wrong in human behavior in the pursuit of beauty and goodness of life. Ethics can be regarded as technology of philosophy. It is because it tells us human beings ought to function as human beings. The next branch of philosophy is political philosophy. It is a body of knowledge that looks up on the society, politics, and the people, making it whole. It is believed that society is inseparable to politics. And our last normative branch is aesthetics. It is derived from the Greek word aestheticus, which means one who is perceptive of things through his sensation, feelings, and intuitions. It is concerned with the essence of perception, objective, judgment of beauty, and nature of art. Few more minutes and I think we're good to go. Learn more about the branches of philosophy in this activity. Check this out. Analyze these questions and identify what branch of philosophy it is. Example: what does it mean to be beautiful? The question is about beauty. Therefore, the question is about aesthetics or art. Here are the questions. What is knowledge? What is freedom? What is beauty? Does God exist? What is the essence and meaning of life? And now, let's check your work. The first question, what is knowledge, is under epistemology. Epistemology is a theory of knowledge. What is knowledge? Can we know? What is to know? How can we know? For the second question, what is freedom? That is ethics. Ethics is a moral philosophy. What is freedom? Do we have free will? What is a human act? Are our actions already determined? For question number 3, it's aesthetics, a philosophy of art. What is beauty? What does it mean to be beautiful? Does God exist? Obviously, that's for religion. Philosophy of religion. Does God exist? Can we prove the existence of God? What reasons are there to believe in God? And for the last question, what is the essence of life? It's rational psychology, philosophy of man, or philosophical anthropology. What is the essence and meaning of life? Does life make sense? What is a good life? What is happiness? What is man? Is man only his body, or man is his soul? And we're back. Thank you for joining me to find the right direction. I hope you enjoy our short but meaningful learning and adventure. Today we learned about the meaning, origin, and characteristics and branches of philosophy. The word philosophy comes from two Greek words, philos, which means love, Sophia, which means wisdom. It can also be defined as the study that uses human reason to investigate the ultimate causes, reasons, and principles which govern all things. On the other hand, it is a distinct area of knowledge with its own goals, concerns, and ways of doing things. In addition, philosophy is divided into different branches, namely aesthetics, logic, epistemology, ethics, metaphysics, and political philosophy. It can also be seen as a framework, as an examination of knowledge, and as a discipline. And lastly, bear in mind that philosophy is concerned with the deepest and biggest questions in life. Philosophy is not new to every individual. Philosophizing is innate to everyone. It is giving birth to new knowledge and wisdom using the things around us and the things we experience. On our next Philomazing episode, we will discover more about philosophy. I am Teacher Joshua. See you on our next Philomazing discoveries, learning, and adventures.